Shalom. Our Torah portion for this week is Truma, and we will be reading from the 25th chapter of the book of Exodus, beginning with verse 10. Let's take a look at it and see what it says. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Overlay it with pure gold, overlay it inside and out, and make upon it a gold molding round about. Cast 4 gold rings for it, to be attached to its 4 feet, 2 rings on one of its side walls, and 2 on the other. Make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Then insert the poles into the rings on the side of the walls of the ark for carrying the ark. The poles shall remain in the rings of the ark. They shall not be removed from it. And deposit in the ark the tablets of the pact which I will give you. You shall make a cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. Make 2 cherubim of gold. Make them of hammered work at the 2 ends of the cover. Make 1 cherub at one end and the other cherub at the other end. Of 1 piece of the cover you shall make the cherubim at its 2 ends. The cherubim shall have their wings spread out above, shielding the cover with their wings. They shall confront each other, the faces of the cherubim being turned toward the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark after depositing inside the ark the pack that I will give you. There I will meet with you and will impart to you from above the cover, from between the 2 cherubim that are on top of the ark of the pact, all that I will command you concerning the Israelite people. This is an artistic rendition of what the ark must have looked like. Notice its rectangular shape and the poles that are never removed going through the rings here, so that the ark can be moved at any time to any place. What I want to draw your attention to especially is to the 2 cherubim, 2 childlike human figures, but they have wings, sort of angelic wings. And the Torah has commanded us to make these 2 cherubims on the top of the ark. Now, of course, in the ark are the 10 commandments, but the wings of the cherubim cover the top of the ark, and the cherubims, most importantly, face each other. And I believe that's significant, and I'll tell you why. Now, we're left with the question of why would God instruct us to make these 2 figures when Jews are usually disinclined to make images of any kind on their ritual objects. These cherubim, it is believed, represent humanity. And it is through the interaction, human interaction, people looking into each other's faces, people relating to each other, that Torah is revealed and Torah is lived out. This reminds us that so many of the injunctions, the thou shalts and the thou shalt nots, are directed toward human relationships. And it is when we face each other and interact with each other in a context of Jewish values that God's word is revealed. Let me give you an example of that sort of human interaction. Strangers, not knowing each other, that meet each other, and yet they touch each other's hearts. I was at the hospital today visiting a congregant, and after I had finished my visit, I went to the cafeteria to get a cup of coffee. There was a nurse before me, and she saw that all that I was ordering was a cup of coffee. She paid for my coffee. I said, "You didn't have to do that." She said, "Consider it an act of random kindness." And I thought to myself, how nice. She just saw that maybe I was fumbling around for my money. She wasn't sure if I had the money. I don't know what was on her mind. But I thought to myself, through that human action, I have to do a random act of kindness today. I'm going to look for that random act, some opportunity to do some kindness toward another person. But I kept the styrofoam cup, and I wrote here, random act of kindness, pass it on. And to me, this is what it means that the two cherubim look at each other and interact in a kind and compassionate way. And so I hope that you will read this week's Torah portion and come to your own conclusions. Shabbat Shalom.
أبا الشمعون كن بعوني لا دعيتك عينني أبا الشمعون كن بعوني لا دعيتك عينني